And just a few minutes ago, opposition Congress party leader Rahul Gandhi conceded defeat. He said he respects the outcome of the election.
Today is the day of the mandate, and I don't want to color the decision of the people of India by getting into a long conversation with you about what I think went wrong. Frankly, today it doesn't matter what I think went wrong. What matters is that the people of India have decided that Narendra Modi is going to be the Prime Minister. And as an Indian person, I fully respect that.
And for more insight on this, let's speak to Professor C Raja Mohan, the Director of the Institute of South Asian Studies at the National University of Singapore. Professor, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Firstly, we heard there Mr. Gandhi saying that he didn't want to talk about what went wrong and didn't want to address those questions, but I could put that question to you. What went wrong for him?
I think it's been quite a shock for them because even yesterday they were betting that, look, the party might fall short of majority, that is, the BJP might fall short of majority, what kind of maneuver they would make with the president, bring all the other opposition parties together so that they can deny, even assuming Mr. Modi was just the largest single party, to try to deny him. And he was dismissing the exit polls, most of them as fake news. So I think it's quite a shock because the scale of the victory, although some exit polls predicted that, a few are willing to bet on them in terms of the total percentage of votes. He's increased, BJP's alone percentage has increased by 10 percentage points. The footprint of the party has expanded to areas where it never existed, for example, in Bengal and Odisha. And this is the first time an incumbent has come back with a higher majority since 1971, when Rahul's grandmother won a second victory with a much larger majority. So I think the scale of this is phenomenal. The fact that after 5 years of contested, disputed, bitter political fights, that he comes back with a much larger majority.
So is it not so much then Rahul Gandhi and Congress party that they've lost ground? It's that the BJP and Modi have actually done better and you know, on their own merit won more seats.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but the Congress, as he was just conceding defeat in his in a constituency where his whole family has fought for 4 generations, for him to lose that seat, I mean, it tells you how badly Congress has been decimated in the heartland, the Hindi-speaking heartland. The little face saver they've got has come from successes in peripheral areas like Punjab, in Kerala, which is in south, and Tamil Nadu, where they're in alliance with the DMK. So it's been I think, a failure because people expected him to challenge Modi. Was an incumbent. There were a lot of problems to focus on. But I think what he was not willing to discuss was the failure of a strategy, the failure of working out alliances. While Modi and Shah showed how good they were at stitching together frayed alliances, he couldn't really work with other parties to produce those alliances in the heartland. And I think that's proved costly.
Speaking of what went wrong for Congress, what went right for Modi then? Were you surprised? What did he do right this time in this election?
I think much of the elite, shall we say the media elite, what it was not willing to see that was happening, because most people thought he was not going to come back. Because I would say at least 3 things that has helped him to come back. I think one was the delivery of services, which actually that from almost millions of people were today poor people getting access to, say, natural gas connections, cooking gas connections, toilets were being built, roads were being built. So the developmental work, while people scoffed at building toilets or freebies, I mean, all parties have given freebies, but I think this is a level at which services have been delivered to the poor. That has worked for him very well. The second is the nationalist appeal. I mean, that he was able to trump the caste. For decades, it was assumed caste was the overriding factor, and that caste, a combination of castes would decide, the arithmetic would decide who's going to win. But I think for the first time, you have someone actually cutting through that arithmetic with what the common phrase in Delhi today, chemistry is more important than arithmetic, that you would overall, personality, as well as bringing a nationalist message that was going to unite larger sections of people and not divide them on the basis of caste. And the third is the communication, what you just mentioned, extraordinary skills of communication and political mobilization, I think the likes of which we've not seen. I mean, both his television interviews, social media, of course. By the time, as someone was saying today, by the time Rahul Gandhi figured out there is Twitter, the story had moved to WhatsApp, where the real battle was already taking shape. And just to give you one example, I mean, as the campaign ended, what does he do? I mean, he goes to the Himalayas, to one of the most famous temples, in saffron robes like a monk. He says, look, one night I'm going to meditate because a long election campaign. So the image that, here is a guy who's, like a Hindu monk, no family to take care of, and someone who's so different from the Dianas and the family politicians.
So different from the Nehru Gandhi dynasty as well, and he looks as the guy that will deliver for them, and he has so far. Thank you so much for coming in and speaking to us. We've been speaking with Professor C Raja Mohan, Director of the Institute of South Asian Studies at NUS.